Hello everybody, today's lecture is about adjectives. So this week we are going to discuss what are adjectives, how are adjectives formed, and how do we use adjectives, and also the types of adjectives because we have many different kinds. First of all, let's see what are adjectives. Adjectives are words that describe nouns and pronouns. So, adjectives give more information about people, about places, and about things. So, as you can see in the pictures here, you can see that there are some words above each picture describing something. So if you look at the first picture, we can see that here they are describing an old man. So old is an adjective. Young children, young is an adjective. Noisy, quiet, these are adjectives. Small, big are describing the size. Happy, angry are describing the feelings. Fast and slow are also adjectives that are describing the two children who are running. Light and dark, also these are adjectives. So as you can see in the pictures, adjectives are words that describe nouns and pronouns. Now we move to the kinds of adjectives. As I told you at the beginning of the lecture that there are many different kinds of adjectives. First kind of adjectives is the adjectives that describe the size of people or things. So we can say a big house. Big is an adjective. So a big house means I'm describing the house. So the house is the noun which we are describing. We are saying that it is big, okay? A long bridge. So bridge is a noun and long is the adjective which is describing the bridge. So long is an adjective. Tiny feet. Feet is a noun and tiny is the adjective describing the feet. A large army. Army is a noun. Large is an adjective describing the army. A short man. Man is a noun and short is an adjective describing the noun. So this is the first kind of adjectives, the adjectives of size. Now we move to the adjectives that describe the color of something, okay? So we can say that this carpet is red, this suit is gray, a gray suit, a brown bear, a white swan, an orange balloon, a green peppers. So colors are also adjectives, okay? So the second kind of adjectives is the color in which it describes the color of things. So till now we have two kinds of adjectives. The adjectives that describe the size of people or things, and some adjectives that tell about the color of things. So colors in general are adjectives. Some adjectives tell what people or things are like by describing their quality. Okay? For example, a beautiful woman. I'm describing her quality. Okay? A young soldier. A handsome boy. A hot drink. I'm describing the type of thing, the quality of the thing, the quality of the noun. A cold winter, a sunny day, a strange place, a deep pool. So these are adjectives that describe the quality. They are called quality adjectives. Okay? Some adjectives describe what things are made up of. So we can say a plastic folder, a stone wall, a glass door, a cotton shirt, a wooden spoon. These are called adjectives that tell us what the thing is made up of. So it is made up of plastic. Is it made up of wood? Is it made up of glass, of cotton, of wool? So we tell what these adjectives are made up of. As you can see in the picture, okay? So you can see, for example, this vase is for example, porcelain vase, a cotton shirt, a shirt made up of cotton, a glass door, a door made of glass, a clay pot, a pot made up of clay, a stone wall, a wall which is made of stone. This is what do we mean by adjectives that tell what things are made up of. Some adjectives are made for proper nouns of place, and these adjectives are always written capitalized in the uppercase. These adjectives are called adjectives of origin. What do we mean by that? If I said, I am Lebanese, Lebanese is an adjective which refers to a certain place. A Mexican hat, Mexican is an adjective, but it refers to a place. A British police officer, it also refers to a place. The French flag refers to a place. A Japanese lady refers to a place. An Italian car, it also refers to a place. Or all the nationalities. So when I say I'm American, I'm British, I'm Italian, I'm German, I'm Lebanese, I'm Syrian, I'm whatever, any nationality is also an adjective. These adjectives are called adjectives of origin because they are telling you the origin of something or someone. Now, we have something called the order of adjectives. What do we mean by the order of adjectives? Sometimes we use more than one adjective to describe a single noun or pronoun. For example, I can use several adjectives to describe a single noun or pronoun, one person or one place or one thing. When you use two or more adjectives, the usual order is the size, the quality, the color, the origin, the substance. So, in other words, when you want to start describing a person or a thing or a place, and you are using more than one adjective, there is an order for the adjectives. So you start with the size. For example, a small size. Quality. There is no quality in the example. A small green color plastic box. So a small green plastic box. So I used size, I used color, and I used substance. Or I can say a stylish red Italian car. So I used quality, color, origin. So there is no need to use all the 5 types of adjectives to describe something. You might use 2 adjectives, 3 adjectives. If you are using quality and substance, you have to start with the quality, then the substance, because this is the order. If you are using size and color, you have to start with the size, then the color. If you are using size, origin, and substance, so you start with the size, the origin, and the substance. So, the second example says a stylish red Italian car, as we said. So we started with the quality, the color, and then the origin. So this order of adjectives is used in describing something or someone. So you have to follow this order. Let's read some more examples. For example, we have a large Italian temple. So we started with the size and then the origin. A colorful, crunchy Australian apples. We started with the color, with the origin, and with the quality, okay? An old, graceful Japanese lady. So we started with the quality, with the origin. A tall white stone building. So we started with the size, the color, the origin. A long Chinese silk robe. We started with the size, then the origin, and then the quality. A short, handsome English man, and so on. So these are some more examples. Now, here's an exercise. We have to read the passage and underline the adjectives. Write S over or above the adjectives of size. We have to write C above the adjectives of color, Q above the adjectives of quality, and O above the adjectives of origin. So let's start. Sydney is a large Australian city. The first adjective that we can see here is large. And large is an adjective of size. So we write S. Australian city with busy streets and expensive shops. So busy is also an adjective. Expensive is also an adjective. When I say busy, it means I'm talking about the quality of something. So I have to put Q. When I'm saying expensive, I'm also talking about the quality of something. So I also write Q. In summer, it's a very hot place. So here, hot is an adjective. And this is an adjective of quality. So Q. People wear cool clothes and drink cool drinks. So cool, both cool words in the sentence are adjectives, and they are both adjectives of quality also. There are beautiful sandy beaches where people can rest and look up at the wide blue sky. So here we have many adjectives. Beautiful, it's an adjective of quality. Sandy is an adjective of origin because it tells what something is made up of. People can rest and look up at the wide. When I say wide, it means I'm talking about size, wide, big. So this is a size adjective, and the beautiful is a quality adjective. Sandy is an origin adjective. Blue sky, of course, blue is a color, so it's a color adjective, so I write C. There are big parks for tourists to visit. Big is an adjective, it's describing the parks and it's telling about its size. Japanese tourists like to sit and watch other people. When I say Japanese, it means this is an adjective and I'm talking about the origin of someone. So it's an origin adjective. British tourists take photographs of strange plants and colorful birds. So British is also an adjective. It's an adjective of origin. Strange plants, strange is an adjective of quality, and colorful is an adjective of quality also. It's not an adjective of color because I'm not describing the color of something. I'm saying that these are colorful birds. So here are the answers. Now we move to the form of the adjectives. There are many ways in order to form an adjective. By adding suffixes such as ing when I say interest, interesting, ed, damage, damaged, y, ease, easy, nature, natural, by adding ly also, by adding ly like kind, kindly, beauty, beautiful, anticipate, anticipatory, energy, energetic, fame, famous, and so on. So we can form adjectives by adding many suffixes. They are found in the chart here. Okay, now there is a difference between when I say that what something is made of. When I say, for example, some nouns can be used like adjectives. For example, if you have a chair that is made of plastic, you can use the noun plastic as an adjective. So I say it's a plastic chair. Okay? As I said, it's a plastic chair. So plastic is a noun, but here I can use it as an adjective because it's telling me what is something made of. If you have a watch that is made of gold, you can say it's a gold watch. So here gold, which is a noun, is used as an adjective. But the nouns wood and wool can't be used like this. To make adjectives of these nouns, you have to add en. So for example, plastic and gold are exceptional cases. If I want to say wood door, I say a wooden door. Wool jumper, I say a woolen jumper, not wool jumper. Describing what something is like. Okay, so there's another way to make adjectives from nouns. Suppose you want to say that something is like a certain material, although it's not made of it. So you can say that something is like a certain material, although it's not made of it, okay? To make these adjectives, we have to add also en. So I say, for example, the noun is gold. I can use golden. So I say a golden sunrise. The sunrise is not made up of gold, but it looks like gold. Silk, silky or silken skin. Of course, the skin is not made up of silk, but you can say or just compare silk to the soft skin. Lead or leaden, a leaden sky, it means a dark gray, like the color of the lead. So I'm trying to tell you that this looks like something else, but not made of something. Here we have to fill in the blanks with the adjectives. Of course, we have to form an adjective. It wasn't a very interesting movie. We could hear the exciting fans screaming. Fans screaming. I hope the pupils don't think that my classes are boring. My dad had a very worrying look on his face. I have the police found the stolen car yet? The supermarket sells lots of frozen food. The players in the winning team don't look tired at all. Some of the old houses had broken windows. So here I'm forming the adjective. Now we move to the comparison of adjectives. It means when I use adjectives to compare. First of all, the comparison of adjectives is divided into two parts, the comparative form and the superlative form. To compare two people or two things, I use the comparative form. If I'm comparing two people or two things, not more than two. So you use the comparative form of an adjective. The comparative form is usually made by adding er to the adjective. يعني dark, darker, hard, harder, warm, warmer, high, higher, cold, colder, fast, faster, old, older, slow, slower, young, younger, rich, richer. But here you have to compare only two people or two things, not more than two. So let's read the note here, the word that is often used to compare two things or two people. For example, you say Mr. Lee is taller than Philippe. So here I'm comparing two people. In the second sentence, a car is faster than a bike. So you always use the comparative adjective with than. So taller than, faster than, colder than, higher than, younger than. Okay? This is the comparative form. The superlative form is used to compare three or more people or things. Okay? Or when you compare, for example, one person to a group. Use the superlative form of an adjective. The superlative form is usually made by adding est. So for example, I say dark, darkest, warm, warmest, light, lightest, cold, coldest, and so on. The word that is often used before the superlative form, for example, I can say a bee is a small insect, a ladybird is smaller, but the ant is the smallest. So when I'm using the superlative form, I always use the and then the superlative adjective. So the smallest. Ali is the shortest student in class. Sally is the tallest student in class. So I always use the, then the adjective, and I add est. Now we move to some spelling rules. Of course, I'm going to explain them briefly. If the adjective ends in E, you add R, like nice, nicer, close, closer, large, larger, and so on. Of course, in the superlative form, you add est, nicest, closest, largest, rudest, and so on. Suppose that the adjective is a short word that ends with a consonant and has a single vowel in the middle. You double the consonant and then you add er or est, like sad, sadder, saddest. Wet, wetter, wettest, slim, slimmer, slimmest, thin, thinner, thinnest, big, bigger, biggest. So you double the last consonant. Suppose that the adjective has two syllables and ends in Y, so you change the Y into I and then you add er or est, like easy, easier, funny, funnier, funniest, dirty, dirtier, dirtiest, pretty, prettier, prettiest, tiny, tinier, tiniest, friendly, friendlier, friendliest, and so on. Use more and most to compare more than adjectives that have 2 or more syllables. When I say syllable, it means I'm saying a sound. If an adjective has 2 or more syllables, it means I have to use more in the comparative form and most in the superlative form. Let's see how. When I say famous, two syllables, 2 sounds. So I don't say famouser or famousest. I say more famous, most famous. Precious, 2 sounds. More precious, most precious. Handsome, more handsome, most handsome. Exciting, more exciting, most exciting. Beautiful, 3 syllables. More beautiful, most beautiful. Expensive, 3 syllables. More expensive, most expensive. Comfortable, 3 syllables. More comfortable, most comfortable. Delicious, more delicious, most delicious. Interesting, I have 4 syllables here, يعني 4 sounds. يعني I can divide the word into 4 sounds. هيدا what do I mean by syllable. These words that have 2 or more syllables or 2 or more sounds, or the word can be divided into 2 or more parts, then you have to use more in the comparative and most in the superlative. يعني I can say, for example, this singer is more famous than the other one. This singer is the most famous singer in Lebanon. Okay, this is the way you compare. Now we move to something very important, which is the irregular comparatives and superlative forms. Here we have some exceptions, some few adjectives that do not form their comparative and superlative forms in any other usual way. يعني we do not add er or est or more or most. Okay? These adjectives are completely changed when they are changed into the comparative and superlative. So I say good, better, best. So Ali is better than Muhammad. Sally is the best student in class. Bad, worse, worst. The weather today is worse than the weather yesterday. So I'm comparing the 2 weathers of today and yesterday. Okay? Monday's weather is the worst of all. So I'm telling you that this weather is the worst. Little, less, least. Many, more, most. Far, farther or further. Farthest or furthest. For example, my painting is good. Melanie's painting is better. But Andrew's painting is the best. So here I'm using the irregular comparative and superlative forms of the adjectives. Of course, these should be memorized because they are very important. Here we have an exercise. You have to put the adjectives, in the comparative and superlative forms. Paul likes playing football. He's a very good player, but his friend Sally is a better player because we are comparing Paul to Sally. She's the player in the whole school. Now I'm comparing Sally to more than one player. So she's the best player in the whole school. She is, we have all the boys here. Here we have all the boys. So I'm comparing her to the boys. So she is faster and stronger than all the boys, even the boys who are older and bigger than her. That's why Paul likes her. Paul thinks all games are exciting, but football is the most exciting game, and it's the most exciting game, and it's the noisiest, and it's noisier. لأنه هون we are comparing it to the other games, and it's noisier than all the other games he plays with his friends. When the grass is wet, everyone gets dirty when they play football, but Sally gets the dirtiest and the wettest. Sally gets dirtier and wetter than everyone else. That's why I wanted to ask you to do something, please. When you are doing such an exercise, continue reading the sentence till the end to see if they are comparing it to one person or to a group. Because here, but Sally gets, here it seems that dirtiest and wettest. But if you continue reading the sentence, you can see everyone else. So, but Sally gets dirtier and wetter than everyone else.